So we have the Knight of Cups and Judgment coming out for you. It looks as if there is a Knight of Cups looking at you at this time and kind of judging the scenario of what he plans to do. Maybe he's judging you at this time if he wants to share himself or share a relationship with you. There's some sort of judgment being done on his behalf in which he seems undecided at this time. Judgment is also about having the truth kind of come to the surface. So it could just be that at this time. There might be some sort of truth about you coming to the surface that the Knight of Cups was unaware of previously, and now he is. 1:11 on the clock. I'm just going to do a random reading today with just different cards that pop out just to see what the message is. Torpor is all about resting your weary wings and waiting for the flight ahead. Rest your weary wings and replenish your energy for the flight ahead. So there's nothing that you need to do at this time in regards to this judgment call that's being done about you. Sometimes you have to let karma work itself out on its own. You can't really force the future to happen. You can't really force people to make up their minds fast. You can't force the truth to come out if it's not ready to yet. It's also about just perfect timing. But in the meantime, if you are in a state of being alone, then you should be taking care of yourself. You know, it says rest your weary wings. So that means that you are feeling tired, you're feeling drained, you're feeling a little bit, you know, you have a lack of energy about you because you've came somewhere, maybe from a difficult place previously. There's also, you know, one of these, I forget what they're called right now, the sand timers. So it really is about just the right timing and letting the information unfold as it should. There's nothing that you should be doing at this point to kind of force things along. Just take care of yourself at this time, you know. Don't waste your time just sitting there and waiting, you know, for life to happen, or waiting for someone to make up their mind, you know, about you in any form. I mean, this is the Knight of Cups, so this is probably regarding love, but it also could just be relationship. It could be friendship. It could be spiritual relations, you know, just some sort of loved person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, but it's just some sort of love connection. It could be family, friends, whatever. In this card, the Knight of Cups, I know it's really hard to see here, but there's a lot of little sayings coming out of this Knight of Cups face. It says the ability to give, devotion to a loved person, to reach higher emotional levels, spiritual relations, family of one's choice. I think at this time, Spirit is calling you to relax, take care of yourself while you're sorting through your own mind, your own thoughts about who really is your family, who really are your friends, who you should be kind of dedicating your time to in maybe a loving relationship. If the answers aren't here already, you know, it's in the works, and sometimes you have to give yourself the ability to rest, take care of yourself, and then eventually, you know, when the time is right, the answers will kind of surface. But in the meantime, you could sit there being anxious, worried, upset, angry, whatever you want to put in there, you know, whatever word suits you the best. And you're kind of wasting your time because you're not being present in yourself. You are your best relationship with yourself. And if you don't have that tight relationship with your own self where you love yourself, you take care of yourself, you treat yourself well, whatever it is, how are you going to give that to somebody else? So I think at this time, while you're making some sort of judgment call or someone's making a judgment call about you, instead of feeling anxious or out of place, I think it's time to rest. Resting is very important. Rejuvenating yourself, getting enough sleep, maybe getting a little bit more sleep than usual. There's a lot of regenerative practices that happen in our body when we're sleeping. And we just need time to kind of have that silence in order to regenerate and rest. The world comes out. So it looks like this is basically telling me that when you give yourself time to truly rest and heal the right way, there will be conclusions made in its right time. It's telling you, it's confirming that, nothing stays stagnant, even bad times. So if you're in this state of upheaval, you're in a state of not knowing or something of that sort, then this is kind of confirming that things will work out. There'll be some closure here. Closure that will help you. Everyone talks about closure, and there's a lot of different ways to go about what that actually means to different people. But to you, what would closure mean to you in a situation that's coming to your mind that's bad? What would you want to hear? What would you want to feel? Or what would you want to see happen in order to feel like you got a fair deal? The world is basically saying that eventually, while you're resting, while you're taking care of yourself, the world is working on your behalf and will give you the closure eventually when it's the right time. Judgment is here to tell you that the truth will come out and will give you the world. It will give you a beautiful ending to whatever you're going through at this time. It's really calling on the fact of you needing to take care of yourself. Maybe eat a little bit better. Maybe work out a little bit better. Maybe start reprogramming your mind into thinking positive thoughts instead of always running through all the things that are not good. You can put yourself into a frenzy of negativity if you're constantly just listing all the things that aren't working in your life. That's manifesting in a negative way. I'm not saying to be ignorant of the fact that there's bad things happening around us or that there's bad things happening to you. But in order to manifest something better, in order to get yourself out, you are the first step. And the first step needs to be healthy, needs to be positively focused, laser focused on where you're going and where you want to go. You have to be calling that in on a spiritual level, on an intellectual level, on an emotional level every single day. You're focused on where you're going, not where you came from, not where you are right now, but where you're going. And it's telling here, it's like you will receive the information that you need with the judgment in the world. There's going to be some information here that will help you eventually. But in the meantime, you have to take care of yourself. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. Everyone says selfishness is bad. And when it's given to the wrong person, yeah, selfishness could be terrible. It could be manipulating, it could be narcissistic, it could be a whole bunch of things. But people don't look at the other side of selfishness. If you maybe use it in a different way where you're saying you're caring about yourself, you consider yourself, as well. You're not always giving to other people and then never replenishing what's inside of you. It's about taking care of yourself first. It's putting on the oxygen mask first before you help someone else next to you, It's not about you focusing on yourself all the time and not caring about everyone else. It's about counting yourself in to the world. You exist here for a reason. You need to replenish yourself, and the main source of replenishment is your own mind. got Temperance. So it's there's a lot of cards here that are just saying wait. And I really don't like waiting when I'm searching for an answer personally. I just want to know what's going on. You know, I'm a Scorpio. I like to get down to the nitty gritty. I like to uncover what's, you know, not being shown. I like to get down to the truth. Scorpios are all about the truth. We like to uncover the truth, however scary, nasty, ugly it is. We'd rather know the actual truth than a sweet lie. And Temperance, Judgment, the world, this is all telling me, you know, you to just kind of take a breather for a second and know that the world is still working, even if you take a rest. Okay? Like, it's okay to go, 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 and, you know, have that fight in you. But at the same time, you have to give yourself time to just be in that middle state of not knowing what the next step is. It's kind of like the space between two steps. Like if you're walking, right? You put one foot on the ground, and while you're putting the other foot up, you're in that middle space of the next step. And that's kind of like where you are in life at this time. It's about just being okay with not knowing the end result, because it's going to surface no matter what for you. And I think especially if you're looking at something regarding love here, we have the Knight of Cups kind of still hanging out. So if you're looking at life kind of like thinking, okay, well, where am I going here? What's the next move for me? Who's my person? You know, will I ever find someone that, you know, kind of fits the criteria of what I'm really looking for in life, all that stuff. The Judgment card, the World, Temperance, and this Torpor card here, they're all saying just to kind of enjoy the process. It's really annoying to hear that when you're just searching for answers, and I get that. But there's power in being present. Being present, what does that really mean? It's just sitting where you are right now, taking a deep breath, and just sitting in the present moment. You're not bringing your past into your thoughts, all the things that happened to you, all the garbage. You're not bringing the future into your thoughts. What could happen? What's not going to happen? All that stuff. You know, you get rid of the depression and the anxiety of everything around you, and you sit where you are at this current time. You're breathing. Hopefully you're healthy. Maybe there's one thing that you could be appreciative of in your life at this moment. Maybe it's a pet. Maybe it's just your well-being, your health, your peace of mind, your intelligence. Maybe you have a friend that's very, you know, there's always one thing. Or even if it's just waking up in the morning and being like, I woke up today. Thank God that I have another day. There's always something that you can be appreciative of. And I think it's just telling you to stay present in this moment while the world is working. There's gears turning around you if you're anxious, depressed, or present. So just stay in the present moment. Stay in that neutral state. It's like a car that's in neutral. You're rolling. You're not gassing it into the future, and you're not rolling backwards. You're just kind of like in this neutral state. It's just at a time where you just need to take care of yourself, I think. It's about balance. Temperance is all about balance, too. It's about balancing your inner world and your outer world, you know? Your physical world with your spiritual world. Your emotions, you know? Or maybe it's like your work-play life. This is saying, though, that with the world here, it's telling you that good things are going to come. It's going to be okay. It's just being okay while it's happening is the hardest part for people. And I also struggle with that, too. It's not easy. And it never is. But when you keep your mind focused, super focused, like hyper focused, almost like when you're playing darts and you're looking at the bullseye, your eye stays on the bullseye the whole time. You don't look around the board. You don't look at the outer rings. You don't look where you could go and throw the dart off the off the board at all. It's always, you stay straight on the bullseye. And even if you don't hit it, you're going to get closer that way. And you'll stay more in a equilibrium while doing so. Like, you're not going to get so, scared or rushed into like trying to make a decision or trying to make a move before it should happen. What happens when you kind of just give yourself the time and the space to heal yourself? You have the Ace of Cups coming out here. So we have the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups here, which is some fun energy, I would say. There is some sort of love opportunity that will come to you, like I said, in the right time. The Knight of Cups is maybe the person, maybe he's judging the scenario with you. If it's not a personal story to you at this time, where you're struggling for an answer about love, there's someone else that's struggling about an answer about love about you. This Judgment and the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups is kind of just saying to me, people are kind of looking at you at this time and wondering how to offer something new with you. There is some sort of new opportunity coming in for you. So this is what I'm saying. It's like, stop worrying so much about what's going to happen. The world is, temperance, judgments, resting. It's gonna happen no matter what. Your destiny is going to happen no matter how you feel at this present moment. That changes all the time anyway. The Ace of Cups is saying that there is some sort of new love opportunity that's going to come in to you and offer something new to hold on to, something new to experience, a new road to explore, in a sense. Maybe there's someone else kind of wondering if they should offer you this new cup or when. It might just be a problem of when instead of if. It might be, oh, do I or do I not? Or it could just be, all right, well, I definitely, I made a judgment call. I kind of want to go forward, but when? How do I do this? How do I start a new opportunity? How do I open this door? So we have the Knight and the Page of Cups hanging out. So yeah, I mean, look. It looks like there's someone that's going to be, they're in their own head at this point on how they're going to offer you this. So the Knight and the Page together of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a little bit more intelligent when it comes to love. He's not the king, but he's a little bit more mature in how he goes about things. He could be in his 30s, 40s. He could just be like at a place in his life where he wants something more than just a date or two, or just like a weekend fun kind of vibe. He wants something more than that. He wants someone to spend Sundays with. He wants someone to cook dinner with and all that stuff. And with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups, it's kind of like, but how do I do this? How do I offer this? Like, how am I going to go about giving someone this new opportunity? It looks like someone wants to come to you and show you that there's some sort of new opportunity here between you two, but how? They might be making the judgment call on how to do that with you. So, like I said, instead of sitting here and like a damsel in distress, or someone playing the violin and thinking like, all right, when is this ever going to happen for me? There's things happening about you on your behalf that you might not even know about. There might be other people in this world that are thinking of you. You know, they have you in their mind as well. So during this time of not knowing, during this time of temperance and making the right judgment calls, or waiting for the next chapter to turn for you, waiting for the next love opportunity to, you know, present itself, which it will. Definitely, we will here. You know, take time for yourself. Get to know yourself. Maybe you pick up a different hobby. Maybe you do something for yourself. Take yourself out on a date, whatever that means to you. Maybe you just take care of your health. Whatever it is, you could always refine yourself more and love yourself more, because then you're just going to be better and better and better. And the people that you start to attract are going to be a little bit more healthier for you as well, because you're sending out different vibes into the universe about who you are and who you're attracting, who you accept as a lover, you know? What's up with the Judgment card? Judgment. What's the Judgment about? Okay. We have the Six of Pentacles popping out. It's kind of like a judgment of like someone's looking at you and being like, all right, do I invest in this person? You know, like, am I going to invest in this person, this new person here? And kind of, it's interesting because when you become, you know, a couple, you are investing. It's a marriage is still a business, you know, in a sense. Like this person is kind of like judging, do I invest in this person? Do I give into this person? Are they worthy of having some sort of charity? You know, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I feel bad for you, charity. It could just be more like, when you love someone, yeah, you pour into them, you give to them, you help them. You know, it's not always about fun times and giggles and dating and, you know, wine and dining. It's also about being a mirror to somebody, helping them spiritually, emotionally. And that's, sometimes that can mean, you know, saying things that are hard, you know, to help someone grow. And that's what charity means to me in that sense. It's not about like, oh, I feel bad for you, here's $1. It's more about, I love you, I see that you're struggling. Can you just hear me out for a second? You might, you know, just maybe there's something here that I'm saying or that I'm seeing that you don't see that could help you. I want to help you, you know, because you're my love. And that's the feeling of charity, of what I mean. I think when someone's looking for a change or a new chance at love, you know, offering this love, it's kind of like, I want, someone's maybe looking at you like they want to help you. You know, it's a super important decision to make when you decide to couple up with somebody, because if you're in it for the long haul, if you're the type of person that's really in it for a relationship and not just a fun time, there's a lot of aspects about it that you have to start kind of really kind of judging, in a sense. It's like, is this person worth the investment? Does this person receive my help in a gracious way? Are they worth my time and energy? You know, are they going to give back to me like I give to them? This is the person, you know, this Knight of Cups is looking to offer you something new. It looks like someone wants to offer you a new relationship, and they're just putting in all the judgments of like how it might feel to be with you, or if you're worth it, you're worthy, you know, or if it's just a good investment for them. Like I said, it doesn't mean that you're a good or bad person. It's just more like, is this relationship something that's complementary to one another, or are we, you know, they're judging if they should give to you or not, basically. They might be very kind of wary at this time, but it doesn't look like it's going to stop them. Oh my God. It popped out again. So we have 2 judgments here. So this is double confirmation. Yes, judgment. That someone is really looking at you hard at this time and trying to come to a conclusion of what to do, you know, how they're going to do this. They're looking at you very closely. It looks like they're going to come forward to you. But like I said, this is all happening around you, and this is not what you're doing. The only thing that you should be doing at this time is leveling up yourself and taking care of yourself. So whatever you need to do to take care of yourself at this time, you should be focused just on that. This is someone else's judgment call. This is double judgment here happening. This is something that should be... This is something that's going to be decided before they come towards you. But they're really like looking at you in all different ways. Like, how do I come forward to you? How do I offer this to you? Are you worth helping? All that stuff, you know? Someone's really thinking hard about you at this time. Anything else about torpor that we need to know? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Strength. So it's just saying, it's clarifying to me that when you can really, truly just focus on yourself at this time, because you're in a middle, you're in like a middle stage. It's like kind of like that blank page in a book between chapters sometimes. You know, you just get that blank, page to separate the chapters. You're kind of in that stage where you're like in the middle. And Spirit is calling to tell you that you need to rest, take care of yourself, replenish yourself, your mind, body, soul. Do good things for yourself, treat yourself well, date yourself while all this stuff is happening. This will give you the strength that you need. The strength card is beautiful. It's basically saying like you're refining yourself. It's kind of like combing your hair and putting the finishing touches on your outfit, your outward appearance, and you're also your inner appearance as well. Meaning like if you're feeling sad, you kind of work on, developing your own self-esteem. Yeah. Like you kind of balance, like this temperance card here is about balancing. She's balancing 2 cups here. So it's about balancing again. Strength is also about balance. It's about balancing masculine and feminine energy. It's about balancing. It's kind of like counterintuitive, like not feng shui, but tai chi, or any kind of martial art that kind of takes an aggressive energy that's coming towards you, but you use their own energy for your benefit. Like if someone's running towards you in an angry fashion, you use that momentum to do the move that you need to do back. It's not like you're trying to stop someone, running straight ahead of you and you just put your hands out. Like, good luck with that. You're going to get knocked over. But if you use their own momentum while they're running at you, while they're doing something, that's mean, and use it in a way that actually helps what you need to go and do, you're taking that negative energy and transmuting it into something that helps you at this time. So I think whatever you're going through that is difficult, that's making you feel very agitated or unworthy, or whatever it is that you're struggling with, once you learn how to transmute that energy the right way, you're just going to keep glowing and glowing and glowing and glowing. And people are watching you do this, and they're really liking this, and now they're making like a double judgment call on you. There's a lot of people thinking and looking at you at this time, even though you might not feel or hear from them. There is at least one person kind of around you that is really checking you out and looking at you in a way of like, wow, is It's almost like, is this too good to be true kind of thing. I think they definitely want to try and share something new with you. But like I said, this person is still in their thoughts. They're judging you. They're judging the situation, what to do, what the right thing to do is. But there obviously is some sort of new offer coming in, for sure here. It could just start as a flirt. Like, this person might not even be giving you much information telling you that they're into you. They could just be like, hello, it's something very small where it's almost like looked over because they're not really there yet. They're still kind of in that judgment zone, double confirmation that something new is emerging. We'll see what it is and when that happens. But again, in the meantime, take care of yourself, rest, replenish yourself, date yourself, love yourself like you were loving somebody else. It's almost like practicing being in a relationship before it even happens, because you're practicing the fact of love. Like, you're not, love can be directed in any sort of way. So while you're loving yourself and taking care of yourself like you would with any other friend, family member, stranger, anyone, you're really going to start really getting to a point where you're super balanced. And then at that point, when, of course, when you really don't even care anymore about like answers because you're so focused on yourself and being happy and you're really soaking it in, then this person is going to come when you let go. It's always when you let go of a scenario or a situation that the truth emerges, or that an opportunity happens. It's never like when you're trying to force an opportunity and all this stuff. It's kind of more like, let go, take care of yourself, focus on yourself, treat yourself like your best friend, treat yourself like your other half. You become whole that way, and it doesn't matter if there's someone else there for you or not, because you're there. And that is the most important relationship that you can ever have, is with yourself. Then once you have that great relationship with yourself where it's unbeatable, it's unbreakable, you're just in a state of complete strength, other people obviously will see that, feel that, notice that about you, and want to offer themselves to you. And you'll be able to judge them back and know whether or not it's going to be something worth your investment, So I'll leave it there. I would just say in the meantime, just take care of yourself and love yourself like you are the most important person in the world, and you are to yourself, and you will always be with yourself. You'll never be alone when you have a good relationship with yourself. And that is probably the most important feature of this story, is that while you're taking care of yourself, while you don't care, it's, like, you can care, but you don't have to, it's not like you're so worried about the future or the answer. Once you just let go and surrender to the world and take care of yourself and focus on getting better and being a better person, how do you change the world? You change yourself, because every example, every opportunity, every action that you take is an example of who you are. And once you're more focused on that and just enjoying your time on this earth, someone will start to make an offer to you. They are looking at you, and it's going to be good. The world card is telling you that things are going to work out for you. It's just a matter of time. And what's better than just kind of forgetting about time in the meantime and just enjoying your present moment?